So I've come back a little early because with 4 games to go, we are only 1 point off of automatic promotion. I mean, I wrote off any chance of this happening weeks ago, but it appears that no one wants to go up. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 44 of my Bristol Rovers FM20 playthrough. My name is James, and on today's episode, we've got 2 crucial championship matches. We are at home against 21st place Millwall at the Mem, followed by a slightly more difficult match away at Cardiff. Now, all matches are crucial at the moment because if we look at the championship table, we're only 1 point off of second place in the table. We're only 5 points off of the top of the table. Now, I'm not even going to suggest the idea that we're going to win the championship, but with only 1 point between fourth and second, there's actually only 2 points between fifth and second. Every win is going to be so important at the moment. This is why I've come back for these 2 matches, because also following that we face Reading, who are second, and Derby, who are currently third, as the final 2 games of the season. If we get good results in the 2 matches in today's episode, we give ourselves the best chance where promotion could be in our own hands in the last 2 games of the season, and could really provide massive excitement for what has been a crazy series. So let's get into the first match of today's episode. We face Millwall at the Mem. Millwall come in inconsistent form. We have strong form, bar the one hiccup, which was a agonisingly 1-0 loss at home to Sheffield United Wednesday. It was one blip in what has been a run of about 5 or 6 games of winning. It made absolutely no sense. There was nothing more we could do, and so it was kind of, it is what it is, and went back to winning form in the following match. So we have a couple that are still out. Obviously, Kieran Phillips is still out with his broken leg. Long has received his 3rd yellow card suspension of the season, picking up 15 yellow cards this season, so he's been out for the last 2 games. He is also suspended for the next match, so he'll be in the second half of this episode. Although, to be fair, Tom Lockyer has been playing okay in the last couple of matches, so if he has a good match today, I may be tempted to keep him on there and then put Long on the bench. But this is the team facing Millwall today. We have Trafford in goal, back 4 of Kelly, Lockyer, Kilgore and Stacey, McCann and Gallagher in central midfield. Barrett, Cottrell and Giannelli make up the attacking 3, with Clark Harris up front. Clark Harris has been so hot and cold in the last half a dozen matches. It's really, really frustrating. We know he can do well. He is our top goal scorer. He is the top goal scorer in the championship at the moment. He just hasn't been putting in the matches. I don't know whether it's because he doesn't like the position he's playing in, although he is perfectly comfortable playing pressing forward. I've tried him as a complete forward. I've tried him as an advanced forward. I've tried him at a couple of different options, and just to see if we can try and trigger something from him. But we do have a highlight here with Kelly passing the ball to Barrett. Can Kelly get across in? He can. Put it in the centre, trying to look for Clark Harris. Can't find him, but Gallagher managed to win it back to Stacey. Not a very good header in, but Gallagher manages again to win the ball back to McCann. This time put Stacey in a little bit of space. Can he whip the cross in? To Barrett at the back post, hits the crossbar. Barrett hits the crossbar there. First opportunity of the game goes to us. And he had a free header there. You'd kind of hope he'd get it on target. But hopefully, and hopefully that we won't be made to rue that miss there. We have a highlight here with Lockyer with the ball to Cottrell, to Gallagher, to Giannelli, back to Gallagher, back out to Stacey. Really nice football here. Into Giannelli, into the centre, to Clark Harris. Clark Harris pulls a trigger. Fortunately, it was straight at the Millwall goalkeeper. And yet another chance goes begging. Right, coming in at half-time, 0-0. We really need to start pushing in that second half. I am far from pleased. One thing I have been doing in some of the other matches is pushing, very attacking, and starting to push players forward, as I have done really all season when we've been struggling. It has definitely added a bit of a boost into matches that we were really struggling in, and this is one of them. We are not doing anything today against a side that is struggling in the Championship this season. What do we do here? I think we'll take Barrett off. We'll bring on Zane Walker. I think that's the best option for him. Clark Harris is having yet another poor game. What I'm going to do, I'm going to push Cottrell forward. This is something I did off camera, and actually it did amount to a goal. Is going to bring on Jack Rolls. Now Jack Rolls is not familiar in that position at all. However, if I go into attributes, attacking roles, advanced play, he's not a bad advanced playmaker. he's got some strong attributes in areas where he would make quite a good striker. It's something maybe that I might... it's something if I was going forward with this, I might set him actually to train as a striker because I think he could fit in really well. So we'll bring him on as a second person up front. This also means that McCann can now also switch to being an advanced playmaker instead of a deep line playmaker. We still have Walker on that left hand side. See how that affects the match. See if we can try and push for a goal. 80 minutes on the clock. Still absolutely nothing for us. We've not even had a highlight yet. So I'm going to push McCann further forward. Let's push everyone further forward. Let's push Stacey up. Let's push Kelly up. I think I'm going to take Janelli off as well. We'll bring on Stokes on that right-hand side. He's more comfortable with the attacking winger position. And in all honesty, Janelli is probably the worst rating on the field at the moment, which isn't really... is probably quite tough on him because no one's really having a good game in this match. Right, 87 minutes on the clock, and Mill will have a corner. Trafford, I think, he didn't get a hand to it, but luckily the ball goes over. I think that would have been a sickening blow to have that in the last couple of minutes. We do have another highlight here in injury time. Millwall free kick, push the ball forward to Bradshaw. Sorry. Dickman outside has now collected the ball. We've managed to block it though. Kelly has collected it. Hoofs it forward. Manages to find Clark Harris. Can he do anything with it? He's got two men around him. He loses the ball though, but Walker manages to collect the loose ball. Runs into the penalty area. Can he get across to Clark Harris? He's pinging around in the area. I don't know what's going on here. Millwall trying to clear it. They really struggled to clear it there. We didn't manage to do anything with it, unfortunately. But we have won the ball back again. Kelly out to Stokes. Can something come from this? Stokes from range hits the post. I honestly thought that was going to be the winner there, but it goes out for a corner. Can we get something in the last couple of seconds of the game? We cannot. The corner doesn't really come in. Can't even beat the first man. And Mill will now bring the ball forward. This is probably going to be it. That is going to be it now. Coming up to full time. I think this is going to be a frustrating 0-0, especially as we are still only 1 point. We are now in third, but we are only 1 point off of second. We have not taken the opportunity. I presume teams have lost around us. We should have won that match. I'm going to say to the defence that unlucky. I think it was a good effort today. The defence played really well. Yet again, the attack just haven't pulled their weight in that match. It's really, really, really annoying that they're just not... we can't seem to get them firing. So looking at the championship table, so we are in third place. Reading have dropped off. They must have lost today. No, Reading haven't played yet. They played Brentford, who are close to being relegated. Hopefully they're going to give Reading a difficult game. But that will decide a lot, to be honest. Because if they win, that puts them up, and then that pushes us to 3 points away from second place. And that is going to make things much more difficult for us, even with us playing them in the last two games of the season. Okay, on to the Cardiff match. Right, it is Monday night. We've got Brentford versus Reading. This match will decide whether we're able to jump into the automatic promotion spots before next episode. So let's see how they get on. It was a 0-0. I mean, if Brentford couldn't beat them, a draw was second best, because that means we are still only 1 point off of Reading and Derby going into this next match. Any slip up from either of those teams, and we will be able to jump in there. And if we can keep this gap down to 1 point, it gives us the best opportunity going into the next episode. Here we have the second match of today's episode. We are away at Cardiff, and we will start the game with an unchanged side. I did consider going to the 4-2-4 as we switched to in the last match, but I decided against that. I thought we'll go into this. We won't. Let's not upset the apple cart too much. We've had the odd blip game here and there. So hopefully we come into the Cardiff game with a fresh mindset. We did have a team talk between the matches, which was suggested by my assistant manager, and to say that if we get a win today, it could push us into the automatic promotion spots. Most of the team were okay. There was one or two of them that thought that was a bit too much pressure. Hopefully that won't do too much damage. But it didn't seem to damage any morale, but it did boost a few of the players. So hopefully they'll take that into this game, and we can get the win that we need to be able to get us into the automatic promotion spots. And we do have a corner here. The ball's come out to Cottrell. Back to Barrett, the original corner taker. He's got a little bit of space. Tries to get into the centre. No one there at all. Don't know who he was putting that to, because he overshot Clark Harris massively. But Kelly has collected the loose ball. Now with Lockyer. who I've kept Lockyer in the side. He did play well in the last match. As I said I would, if he played well, I said I'd keep him in there, and Long is on the bench after his suspension. Stacey puts a good ball into the centre to Barrett. I thought that was on target there, but unfortunately it's not. It's whistles wide of the post. Half-time, as it was in the previous match, 0-0. Bar those couple of chances we had, that's pretty much been it for that half. Although I have to say, McCann is having a fantastic game. It's a shame that the rest of the team aren't keeping up with him. Let's say we're not doing too badly at all. I do have a habit of saying we're not playing well enough, but I think we're doing well. Maybe a bit of encouragement might be the better option rather than slating them. So let's go into this second half, hopefully with a bit of a boost. We have a highlight here. Cardiff with the free kick on 53 minutes. Ball comes to Pack. Pack doesn't really have anywhere to go, so has to go back to his centre-back. Rolls. Out wide, but Kelly manages to clear it, but only as far as Bowler. Cardiff are bringing the ball here. Luckily, we've managed to get Stacey managed to get the tackle in. Now the ball with Giannelli. Can we counter-attack? Giannelli is tackled poorly there, ran into a crowd of players, but he does win the loose ball back. Clark Harris is now through into the penalty area, takes a shot, but like so many of his shots in the last couple of matches, it was weak, and unfortunately not able to score. Right, 64 minutes on the clock. Let's make some substitutions. Barrett again is having another poor game. Let's take him off for Walker. Gallagher is this, I kind of think, answers the question whether we're going to go to a 4-2-4. Rolls is needed in central midfield, so I think that answers that question. Do have Smith on the bench though. How's Cottrell? Cottrell's not playing very well. Let's go to the 4-2-4. Let's bring on Smith in that position. Deep line playmaker seems to be his best option. Let's see if that can provide Clark Harris with some support up front. As we did in the last match as well, let's push McCann forward to an attacking advanced playmaker. Maybe leave us a little bit open here, but I think we really need to push for this, because if we don't get a win in this match, yes, we still have a good chance of automatic promotion if we get wins in the next two matches, but this gives us our best chance, and if we don't get a win here, it's a missed opportunity really. Straight away we have a highlight on 65 minutes. Stacey with the ball with the throw in. To Giannelli, back to Stacey. Chips the ball to Clark Harris, and he scores! He has finally put the ball in the back of the net after several matches of not being able to score. For his 27th goal of the season, Stacey with the assist there. Brilliant cross to Giannelli. Giannelli saw a man in front of him, so he went back to Stacey. Stacey puts it on a dime. Clark Harris, the defender, missed the ball there. Clark Harris takes advantage of that, puts it into the back of the net, and gives us a goal that may, and has done, put us into second in the table going to the last two matches of the series. And we have a highlight here. Lockyer with the ball in their half. He passes it all the way back to Trafford. I believe this actually came from a corner, but I was in the tactics menu at the time when it started. Trafford now with the ball to Kelly. Don't mess around here. Don't do anything stupid here. Just clear it, Trafford. Don't mess around with the ball. But he passes it out to Kilgore. He's determined to play out from the back. Stacey with the ball now to Giannelli. Can he bring the ball forward? He can. Finds a little bit of space. Manages to turn his man, but they do manage to take the ball back. McCann with a shot just outside the penalty area after Giannelli lost the ball. But Etheridge manages to collect it. Coming into injury time. This is going to be it. This is it. Bristol Rovers 1, Cardiff 0. We got the win we wanted. It wasn't a convincing win, although McCann definitely put in a shift to make sure we did that with a 9.0 rating and a Player of the Match award to go with it. Did what we wanted today, because that's exactly right. I'd say, yeah, that was very much a professional job. We didn't really give Cardiff any opportunity at all. They weren't playing for anything, and we got the win that we wanted. So going into the final game of the season, it does appear that Reading also got the win, so they now go above us. We are a point though ahead of Derby, so even if we don't manage to get into automatic playoffs, it means we're facing Preston rather than Bournemouth in the playoffs. And I believe it is Derby we're going to be facing first. No, it's not. We are facing Reading first. So it is second versus third in the first match of the next episode, followed by Derby away. What an episode that's going to be. If we manage to get a win against Reading, even a draw could possibly be enough, depending on what the result is with Reading in their last match of the season. So all the pressure is going to be on that first home match of the next episode. And if you enjoyed that, please give the video a like. If you're looking forward to what is possibly going to be the finale episode of this series, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of when that video comes out and all future videos, both FM20 and FM21. And thank you very much for watching.